Dude, I'm just kidding. Who spawned that particle effect there? Anyone? There you go.
Was I?
All right, so we left off with you guys had just saved this guy. He was the voice you heard screaming in the hallway, and Cleric, you are, what's your name? Ferris. Ferris, you had used one of your cantrips, which, by the way, I've now decided you can cast 2 cantrips per rest. So, in case there was any concern about that, that's what I'm going to say. 2 cantrips per rest. So, at any rate, you used your cantrip on him, and you managed to stop his bleeding, and it looked as though he was going to recover. But in the meantime, Dan had come around Eric Lightfingers had come around and killed him and tell me why Eric Lightfingers killed him.
I considered it a mercy killing because
I distinctly remember you telling me that it was because you didn't want to carry him back to the village.
That is a secret. But yes, it was the main reason was because I didn't want to.
Okay.
Sorry. I moved him. Specific reason was that I didn't want to have to assist him in heading back.
You don't have to say that, but just whatever explanation you want the other people to know, because they saw you do it and they want to know why. So we will cut back in here where they are addressing you as to why you did that. Go.
Only one of them saw.
So, oh wait, I gotta do it in my voice. Hold on. Why'd you kill him, honey?
I didn't kill him. I was trying to heal him.
Not you, you bumbling idiot.
I don't know
the
what
other
happened.
one. The other one.
What?
Eric, why did he kill him?
I turned to Eric and I said, "You killed him?"
It was a mercy killing. He was dying anyways.
He was not. I healed him and I was going to save him. It is what I do. We were charged with bringing villagers back.
He was talking to us too.
He's a human. We were only charged to bring back colonies. I mean, halflings.
I distinctly remember the briefing being completely different. It said to bring back all of the villagers that we can. They didn't specify halfling or human villagers.
And just as he says that, in the hand that the body is holding, in the right hand of the body, the one that you see laying on the table, off to the right. If you're the guy, it's his right hand. Okay, that one. His hand kind of unfolds, and you notice in his hand he's got a locket.
I take the locket.
Okay.
Okay, so you pick up the locket. Are you going to open it up and look at it?
Absolutely, honey.
Okay, so open up the locket and you check it out, and it's actually a picture that is very crudely drawn. Looks like it's been drawn by a child, and it's 3 little stick figures representing what appears to be a crudely drawn family. And then on the back of the piece of paper that's inside this locket says, "I love you, Daddy."
Do you read that out?
Oh my God. He had children. You son of a bitch. And I slap Eric.
I actually hold my shield and warhammer and I grip them even tighter, and I say to Eric, "It is taking every fiber in my body and all the teachings of Agalis to not bash your face in right now. I can't believe you would do something so heinous in front of other beings as well as in front of her eyes.
I just need a moment.
Your voice, it kills me.
Ooh, humming.
Does Eric
Your
Lightfingers
humming's
have
back.
anything to say?
You got humming and a screech.
There you go. Eric, do you respond?
He's a human. That's all I have to say about this.
Gisela is half human. Are you going to start bashing her or cutting her open as well?
If she's lying on a table bleeding out, absolutely.
I go over to you and I begin strangling you.
And
I
I'll
say,
press
Gisela,
my
what are you
blade
doing?
into her stomach.
What did you say you were going to do, Dan?
Press one of my daggers into her stomach.
All right, I'm going to need you to make. Actually, I'm going to need Gisela. You got to make a saving throw for that.
Like, do
You're
you,
going to roll.
No,
do you thrust it
it's
into
a
my
threat.
stomach or just press it?
It's a threat. Let go, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so you're not stabbing her. You're just threatened. He holds the knife up to your stomach and. Okay. So you don't have to roll a saving throw for that. What is going on?
1 moment.
Yeah. I'm going to mute myself first. So let's see if I can figure this out.
Now for a temporary break.
I'm already a song for Gisela.
Did Gisela go for the throat? Like, Jess actually start to, like, wring his neck with hands? I guess I didn't need a description. I know he said strangle, but
All right, what's going on?
I was asking if just like were you just strangling with hands, like just wrap around the neck and just like throttling kind of thing? The strangling description.
You must know how you're choking Eric.
Yes.
Okay, so is he back? Is Nate back?
I know he said he was going to mute himself. I'm not sure if he still has his earpieces on, but
Okay, well, the choke is intending to kill you. I rolled the skull or shield thing, you know, the dice next to the d4, and I got a skull, just to see how I would react to hearing you say that they deserve to die because they're a human. The sheer ignorance.
I feel like I should try and reason with you, but I'm also really upset at Eric as well. So I'm really conflicted. I guess I would say, Justala, this isn't the way it should be. We should make him stand trial for his crimes. Nah, still humming, man.
What the hell is going on?
Okay, so I'm gonna roll to see how I react to that in a second. Okay, I'm listening to reason. I let go of his neck.
Okay, I say, Eric, you have committed a crime in cold blood. And are you willing to stand trial for the act that you have just performed? I will not attack you, and I will not be aggressive towards you if you agree to stand before a court. If you do not agree to stand before a court and face trial for your crimes, then we will throw down here and now, for Agallis would not approve of your actions.
User disconnected from your channel.
I don't want to respond too much into this without, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Just type it in chat, then you can read it.
I wonder if it has something to do with the server.
I don't know.
That wouldn't make any sense, though.
We can try to switch channels, I guess.
No, I mean, that shouldn't really matter. It's got to be something that's either wired or he's getting speaker feedback or something.
Well, the good news is I got my food. Dan, did you say you agree to stand trial then?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you. I thought you guys, I guess I thought you were going to type it out.
I am.
Oh, nice.
You totally got to read that out loud.
Well, I gotta wait for me.
Yeah, I know.
See, this is why you have a session 0.
User joined your channel.
Okay.
No feedback.
Hey,
Okay. I hope that does not happen again.
Go ahead and respond, Dan.
Okay,
I will
alright.
not. I will not. If not for me, you, cleric, would be dead by the orcs we met on the way here. And as for the wench, if she touches me again, I'll gut her where she stands next time. You still need me to survive this dungeon. Remember that. And after this, we'll all go our own ways. If either of you turn me in, I'll find a way to kill you both.
So
And
we kind of
remember,
unpaused.
you need us. But I would say it like this. And remember, you need us.
Are we unpaused, Brennan?
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, cool. All right, game on. Sorry, guys.
no worries.
So are you up to speed where we're at, Nate?
Mm-hmm.
I say something like, Higalis stands in the light and protects those that are hurting. You are obviously beyond her abilities to see right. You will never benefit from anything that she has to offer to make you feel better. If you die here in this dungeon, you will rot, and your sins will be never forgiven. And I turn around and walk away.
And before anything else happens, before anybody else says anything, a random patrol of already enthralled villagers come across the scene, and they run in to attack.
It's me, but bigger.
Yes, I'm sorry. They're the ones
It's fine.
they're the ones I chose prior to you choosing him as a. They're the best villager looking mini I've got.
No problem.
There's 4 of you. Just kidding. All right.
So I need everyone to roll for initiative because they're coming in to
want
attack
to
you.
see. Can I see their eyes at all?
You must have really good vision. Let's see how far away they are. They are 45 feet away.
And I can see out to 60 feet. So I should be okay. I guess what I'm looking for is to just see if they have that glimmer in their eyes like that orc. Can I roll for that?
Oh no, they definitely do. You can see that.
Oh, okay. Well then, upon seeing that, I'm like, oh my goodness, you guys, they have been enthralled. Let's not fight these villagers. Let's see if we can't run around them and figure out who it is that's torturing these poor souls and save them.
So I got a 6.
Is it +1 or 2?
Whatever your
Halflings
dex
get
mode is.
+1. And then plus your dex.
Oh, then I got a 7.
I get a 6.
Okay, 7, 6. What did you get, Joe?
I rolled a 4.
4. Okay. Who rolled the 7?
Me.
Dan? Or Eric?
Here. Somebody's sitting directly in front of Eric, so I can't click on it.
Wait, who rolled the 2?
Somebody rolled a 2.
Nope.
Somebody rolled a 4.
Yep, it was a 3 plus 1
Okay.
for the halfling, so it's a 4 total.
I didn't add my bonus to it, so that's why that's just 3. I added it after the fact.
Are we missing a villager yet?
Yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, Eric, you're up first.
Sorry, what just saw your face?
You said a sling?
Just saw your face.
What was that?
I missed what you said.
I said let's
He
not
missed.
fight them and go around. Their eyes, they're possessed or something, I say.
You think they'll just let us leave that easily? We might as well slay them where they stand. They look like the orcs in the forest.
I can't hear you, Dan.
He said, are you sure you want to leave them standing? Because how do you know they won't follow us? I think we should slay them where they stand, is what he said.
I think they will try to slay us where we stand, but we will not try to slay them. And if you do, I will try to slay you.
Now, just as a point of clarification, I do want you guys to know that there is a such thing as subduing damage in basic fantasy, just so you are aware of that fact.
Yeah, I was just gonna pipe up and actually say, we may be able to incapacitate them. And as much as it pains me to say this, there are cages behind us. I mean, if it comes down to life or death, maybe we can make it life or unconsciousness.
Subdue away.
Works for me.
Well, it's not my. I mean, Eric's still first as far as actions.
Yep, you're up, Eric.
I don't think. Can I use a sling to subdue somebody?
If you have stones instead of bullets.
I do have stones.
Well, and just as rules questions, I guess, can you just say that, you know, I'm going to hit with a bullet, but I want to just knock them out kind of thing? How does subdual damage work?
It's literally only the flat of the blade or like a hilt or something like that, but I would allow a stone to be thrown, but a bullet, no. I would say that if you clonk somebody in the head with a bullet, that's going to either pierce their head or severely like cause brain damage kind of thing. But a stone large enough would subdue them or do subdual damage anyway.
All right. Well, I will chuck a stone at the guy straight in front of me.
So the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll your ranged attack. You use your Dex mod for that one. Plus your bonus for being a fighter, which is, I mean, rather a thief, which is 2.
Plus, halflings get 1, so.
Right, so yeah,
16.
you rolled a 16. Yeah. All right, go ahead. And these stones do 1d3 damage, plus your strength. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a 1d6, and I'm just going to cut it up into 2s. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, it's a 1. 3 or
Okay.
4 is a 2. 5 and 6 is a 3. Okay, so you hit for 2 plus 1, so you hit for 3. And it hits him right in the gut. And it hits the floor, but he's still coming at you.
Wait, no, my strength mod is +2, so it's.
Okay, it's still the same thing. It hits him in the gut 1 point harder, and he's still coming after you. So, Star, your turn.
Thank you for not killing them. And then I wait there.
Okay. Next up. This guy, and he just mindlessly kind of turns to you and makes an attack.
I'm gonna quietly mutter under my breath, kill the witch.
Okay, he just kind of flops his fist off to the side, and it misses totally. Cleric, you're up. Ferris.
I only have bullets, so I'm gonna move up. I'll run up actually. I'll go a ×2 run. I'll stop there,
Okay.
but I can't attack.
The villager in front of Star is going to try to hit her. And his fist just also flails wide. And the villager that Ferris ran up to is going to try to punch him. What's your AC?
It is 16.
Okay, so he kind of punches you, but it just kind of bangs off your armor, and he just kind of like, he doesn't wince in pain, but it just, you can see a big bruise on his hand. And you're actually kind of surprised because it just hits your armor, and his hand like looks like it's broken, but he doesn't seem affected by it. So Eric, your turn.
I'm gonna throw another stone at the middle guy again.
All right, so roll your d20 plus 6. All right, go ahead and roll that d6 again with no mod. If you're trying to roll it, make sure you have a 0 in the mod, because if the mod's empty, I don't think it'll actually roll. There you go. So you hit for 3 plus what's your strength mod?
2.
2. Okay, so this one clonks him right in the head, and he just goes out. He's done. He goes down. He's subdued. So now it's the bard's turn.
Nice shot, sugar. And then I'm gonna take the side of my axe, and I'm gonna try to clunk the one in front of me on the head.
Okay, you get a -4 attack penalty for subdual damage. For subdual damage. So, whatever your mod is, -4.
That is what.
So you nick his shoulder, but nothing happens. So the villager in the middle is still just focused in on the bard. He's gonna flail his fist. And what's your armor class, Bard?
Did you say the one in the middle? Because if you remember, he's
Oh yeah, that's right. He is. He's gone. He's out. So it's Cleric's turn.
Since I have a Warhammer, which is bludgeoning, do I take a negative to subdual damage or no?
Yes.
Or to attack? Is it to attack or damage?
It's to both. You get a -4 attack penalty and do half damage. It's just because you're attempting to use a lethal weapon for it not to be lethal. So you're being more careful. So you're more concentrated on knocking the person out, not just flailing and swinging.
Okay. I will try to, as lightly as possible, smash the one in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll for damage, and we'll just cut it in half. So roll all of your normal damage with your mods and everything.
Please
and we
note
just cut
that's
it in
nat
half.
20. Ha ha ha.
Oh, it is another nat 20. Nice.
Oh man!
So crit.
So actually, just roll your damage, and it'll do that damage because it halves and then it doubles. So you just get to do normal damage.
4 damages.
All right, you clunk him on the head, and he's dazed, but he's still rocking and rolling.
Sounds
All right.
good.
The villager in front of the bard is gonna flail his fist at her again, and he goes completely wide. And then the villager in front of the cleric is gonna swing his fist, and that also goes completely wide. Thief, you're up.
And I'm going to throw a stone at the one on the right.
Can you rotate your mini so that he's facing, so I can see your line of sight? Because I'm not so sure you can fire that so easily past one of your teammates without hitting them.
I'm going to go for, his right shoulder there.
Whoa, what?
I think I can hit him. That's right there. I could hit him.
Yeah, I'm still standing in front of him, though.
You can try, but, let's see what the roll is, and I'll make a call there. So you can try to huff it at him. Let's see what happens. Good job. All right, so you heave it right over Ferris's head, and it clunks him. So go ahead and roll that D6 again. D6 natural. All right, so he also goes down. He's just knocked right out. And now it's his turn.
I try again.
Okay, to do the subduing damage.
Yeah. I think I got him.
Yes, you did. So go ahead and roll your damage, and we'll cut it in half. All right, so you clunk him, and he takes it, and he's got a big old bruise on his collarbone, and he just kind of is just still mindlessly attacking you. So it's the cleric's turn.
I will move around and try to position myself on the side for an attack, try to knock him out. I think modifier is -1. Hang on. Ooh, that's a miss.
It is indeed. It is indeed a miss. So he just continues his focus on the bard, and he manages to connect, but not with any force. He connects with the side that you bashed with his collarbone, and it just kind of pathetically bounces off your armor, and yeah. So now it's the thief's turn.
I'm gonna throw another stone.
You want to reposition yourself for a better, because these two are subdued, so they're actually unconscious on the floor.
I stepped away for a moment. What did I miss?
You just got punched and nothing happened.
That's the usual.
Just a stern nod at your enemy, like,
Must have been punched in the boot.
yeah. Very nice. Go ahead and roll your damage, 1d6 natural. So 2. Right, what's your strength, Mon?
She takes 3.
Oh, okay. All right, good. So he takes that right to the head and he clunks right out. And they are all subdued and combat ends. And now we're back to normal time.
I locked them in the cages.
Okay. So you go ahead and describe how you guys are going to do that. And hey, thief, where are you going?
They wanted to subdue him. I knocked them out. I'm leaving the room.
All right,
Okay.
yeah. Describe that to me as we're doing it. So, okay.
I get
go
the
ahead
heavy
and-
side of the back underneath the arms, and I ask him to grab the legs and help me move them into the cages.
I'll help you move them into the cages. I do say, however, I do not feel like we should lock them in here because there's no food or provisions. If they wake up and are uncontrolled, they will surely perish.
Enjoy carrying them. I'll be out here with you.
We're not going to be gone that long. I lock the cages.
I say, what will happen if they wake up? They will not be able to survive. Perhaps if we lock them in the cages but leave the key either nearby or make it more difficult for them to get out. But I do not feel like locking them in is the right way to go.
I don't understand the conflict in my head. And then what I say is, you do whatever you want, whatever you think is right. I trust your judgment, sugar.
Sugar.
So what I do is I leave the key actually far enough away where they can't reach it, but in one of the cages, I put like a belt or something that gives them a little bit of reach that can reach the key. So it's not necessarily easy for somebody who's groggy waking up to figure out, but as long as they can realize that, I do have something that can reach the key, they can get out, but it's not going to be like immediate. Kind of like not a puzzle per se, but just a little bit of difficulty.
A challenge. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you guys are all exiting the room, I see.
Yeah, and then I would leave.
All right.
Search for traps.
Yeah, roll a percentile die to search for traps. Everything appears to be normal. Okay, as you open the door, it creaks open, and you notice a well-lit room that has bookshelves lining everywhere. Yep, you guys can hover on in and take a look. Don't move your minis in, though. Leave your minis outside the room while I describe it. And so, yes, you notice a well-lit room. On the left side, there are tons of books on the walls. In the center, there's a master table with a few books and a map and more books on the walls. And then in the right, you see an altar with 4 of the 4 more villagers praying at it. And when the door creaks open, they hear you. And I'll give you guys 1 more turn to come in. Don't move any further than twice your movement speed, though, from within the door. Or like from the door on. And then we're going to have to roll for initiative. And then, of course, you see 2 large lion statues, or like not hippogriff, but
Griffin.
yeah, griffin statues in the center of the room. All right, so everybody's going to have to roll for initiative again. Oh, initiative. Oh, yeah.
I was Dice&Decks, by the way.
I rolled a 6.
Cuatro.
And Dan, what did you roll?
6.
So 6, 6, and a 4. 6, 6, 4. Okay. I'm trying to get faster at setting up this initiative list, so we don't take quite as much time. 6, 6. Who were my 2 6s?
Ferris.
Correction. It's +2 for level, +1 for being a hobbit. I mean, halfling.
It's for your dex modifier.
Yeah,
Oh,
only
then I actually
your
have a
dex
7.
modifier affects your initiative roll. And
So
why
I have a 7.
why does your initiative say 12? When you roll it, put the new number up in there in your initiative box on your character sheet. So when I go through, I can see what the number is.
Yeah, initiative is dex modifier, but you do get a +1 for being a halfling.
Yeah, so I have a 7, actually.
Okay, cool. There we go.
Do you want us to? Are we able to add initiative from the mini sheet yet, or no?
I just like to have you put the number up there. So as I'm cycling through, so Brennan, didn't you roll a 6 for initiative?
No, he had a 4.
That was Joe.
Joe's got a
Ferris,
6.
yeah, Ferris rolled an actual 6. Well, his initiative number is a 6.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that my dex is +3.
Okay, we start with the thief. We're all set up.
I'm just gonna continue to meander into the room.
I say something similar to make sure that we do not kill unless it's absolutely necessary. And I'll move in.
Okay. Next up is Villager 2. He comes barreling towards the closest person, but he cannot attack. Next up is the Bard.
I punch him in the face.
So an unarmed attack.
Is that more than my axe or no? No, it wouldn't be, would it?
Um,
I'll try to clock him in the side of the head with my axe.
Okay. All right. So yeah, roll your your attack roll -4, whatever that would be.
Yeah, so 13.
Okay, you hit him. So go ahead and roll your damage, and we'll half it. Okay, so you do 2 damage, right?
Yep.
All right, so you clonk him, and he doesn't really seem all that affected by it, but you hit him for sure.
As I do it, I say, I'm sorry.
This next villager also comes running in. You do notice their eyes are also glowing. However, she can't do anything. So this guy comes running in as well. And this woman run right there. And we're back to the thief. You still with me, Dan?
Yeah. Hearing somebody approach me, I faced them first. And then using the backs of both of my dagger's hilts, I'm going to try to clock her in the head.
All right, so whatever your rolls are, subtract 4 from each of them. Okay, so your first one hits.
Ouch.
Second one does not hit. So go ahead and roll damage for your first dagger hit.
And +2 for strength. No, +3 for dex. No, strength.
Strength, right? So +2, so you got a 5 for damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll half that, 2.5, and we'll round it up to 3. So you hit her, and you leave a big old bruise red on her head, and she stumbles back as she takes a blow. Cleric.
Seeing Gisela engaged with multiple foes, I'll move in and do my best to help her. And I'll attack. And miss.
Okay, the villager that is diagonal to the bard is going to lash out. And he misses. Now it's the bard's turn.
The one that just tried to attack me, I say, I truly am sorry about this, sweetheart. And then I hit him again.
All right, go ahead and roll for damage.
Are you trying to kill or subdue?
Subdue.
Then how do you have a +3?
What?
You would have a negative.
No, I know it's actually a -1, so it would be 18, and then my damage is halved, so instead of 8, it's 4.
Okay. So yeah, you hit regardless, and you bonk him, and he kind of falls down to one knee, and he's not completely out yet, but he is definitely on the brink of being there. He's kind of dazed, and so if he gets to attack again, it's not going to be a very, very strong one. So next we have the female villager in front of the bard is going to, again, all of these strikes are just kind of mindless punches. They're just, with no form or technique or anything. They're just swinging and hoping they hit. And she does not connect.
Like Screech Powers fighting in Saved by the Bell.
Exactly. And the villager to the bard's, her right is going to swing at the bard and miss. And then the villager next to the thief is going to swing at him. And thief, what's your armor class?
19.
All right, she misses. And now it's back to the thief. So you hit with your first one, and you miss with your second one.
Yeah.
Is there a particular way he's attacking her?
Oh, he's still going to try and bash her in the side of the head. Kind of been like a pincer attack with both blades, just trying to bash her in the head.
All right, one of them manages to connect. And she is down and subdued. She was numero uno. I'll remove her from there. Okay. Now we're back to the cleric, Ferris.
He will go ahead and swing at the enthralled villager in front of him.
Okay.
And miss again because he really doesn't want to hit these people.
All right, the villager diagonal to Star is going to attempt to flail out and hit her in desperation, and he misses, and he passes out, and he's subdued. And now it's the bard's turn.
Seeing him fall, I whisper sorry, like really quietly, and then I turn and I think I'm gonna like turn and accidentally hit her with the side of my axe just to be funny. That would be a 17.
Yes, you made contact.
That hurts.
Yeah, so let's see that the half of 9 is 4, 5, so 5. So yeah, you clunk her, and she almost goes down. She completely loses her footing, and you see her like kind of gasping for air, and but she still somehow manages to stand, and she tries to swing her fist back at you in recoil. And what's your armor class again?
18.
Okay, and she actually hits. She makes contact with you. And she does 4 damage.
I'm so sorry. I'm
And
so sorry.
after making contact with you, she too just passes out from your previous blow. So she's also subdued. And the last remaining villager will also try to swing at the bard again, and his swing goes wide. And now it's the thief's turn. Eric Lightfingers.
Seeing that they're handling that pretty well, I'm going to keep heading towards this desk.
Okay, it's cleric's turn.
He's going to try to take down the one in front of him still. Ooh, I finally hit.
Yep, you definitely make contact.
Max damages of subdual.
No, that's half.
Yeah, so he does 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you clunk him, and you hear some bones break in his shoulder, and he, gets kind of thrown back from it because it's such a huge blow. He just takes it. Bard, you're up.
Okay, so I made some rolls in between my turn, accidentally clunking the girl in the head and seeing her pass out, and have her hit me, and then seeing Ferris actually strike one of these villagers. I just begin to cry.
Apparently skipping your action entirely.
Yep, and now the male villager is going to swing at you, and he misses. So, thief.
I just can't do it, you guys. I can't keep fighting these people.
Okay, so he just moves closer to the desk. Cleric.
Swing and a miss.
Bard.
Oh, that was even a 3, actually. I rolled a 2.
Bard is backing off. You are going to be subject to a parting shot.
I don't care.
Okay, he swings and it wishes right by your face as you run off. And now it's the thief's turn. Okay, you get up to the table. Let me pull up my PDF here. You see a book lying open on the table with a page ripped out. The 2 pages you can read are as follows. When working with your subjects, it is certainly best to ensure that they lack the necessary willpower to resist the enthrallment. Each time the spell is cast, the caster is drained of much of his energy, and usually requires rest before performing another enthrallment. Once you have ensured that your subject lacks the necessary willpower to resist the enthrallment, the next step is to administer an alchemical mixture, which is detailed on the following page. This mixture serves to prime the subject's body for control, and without it, you cannot control your subject's movement, only its thoughts. The next page is ripped, and you get to the end of it, and the page after that says, and upon successful administration of the aforementioned alchemical mixture, the subject will be prepared for enthrallment. Be forewarned, the effects of this spell have shown to, in most cases, be permanent. And there's another book on the table. It's closed but bookmarked, and it is titled The Rise of Gods. However, we have to go to the cleric's turn before you can actually inspect the other book.
I will try to subdue this villager for the, just make sure that he's down and no longer attacking us. I mean, obviously seen the bard be affected by this and him not exactly understanding what's going on. He's still not feeling very good about these attacks and just not really knowing what else to do, but he swings away. That's explosive -2, so it's a 13. Or 2 less than what it's at, so it's 13.
Yep, and you connect.
2 damages.
Okay, you hit in the same spot you hit before, and you hear more bones crunch. And he falls down to one knee. And before he gets one last flail off at you, it's the bard's turn.
Hearing the bone crack again, I run out of the room.
And I say, I'll make it better, I promise. I can fix this.
And with that, he swings at you. And he actually, it's a critical miss. He's at 1 HP anyway. He was going to pass out, so he just punches himself in the face and goes unconscious.
Okay, I can't fix that.
Can't.
All right.
Stupid.
Exactly.
So we're out of combat turns now.
All right. Well, since we're not doing combat anymore, I want to inspect that other book.
Okay. There's another book on the table, closed but bookmarked, and the title is The Rise of Gods. I'm going to assume you open to the bookmarked page because I have nothing else written for the rest of the book. So,
I want to read the whole book.
yep, too bad. You open to the bookmarked page and you read the following. The gods that exist in our world have so existed only for as long as their worshippers have worshipped them. The dead gods are those who have ceased receiving worship, and thus lost their immortality. The larger of our gods became such, usually by being kings or queens, and commanding worship from their subjects. The rest of the passage details the methods of worship and how throughout history such methods have affected the rise and subsequent downfall of many gods.
That's it.
That's it.
Is there anything else on the table that I would want to inspect?
I put the map there for decoration, so no.
Okay. I'll pick up both of the books.
Okay, go ahead and add them to your inventory.
What were the
Meanwhile,
titles again?
While he's picking those books up, what's my bard doing?
I don't even know what to do.
Cleric, what are you doing?
Trying to set the bones and repair as much damage as I can. And trying to gather the bodies at least like in a row, like I would drag them kind of all so they're in a line. And just say to try to shout out to Gisela something like, they're all down and unconscious. We've done all that we can. They will no longer harm anyone. Hopefully they will be okay in the next couple hours. I didn't really know what else to do.
I understand. Is the bone still sticking out?
No, I've done what I can. He should be able to live a full life as long as he regains consciousness in the next day or two. I don't understand what was controlling them. I don't understand if they will be recontrolled when they come back to the land of the living or consciousness or whatever. I don't understand what this magic is that binds them, but I've done all that I can for these poor innocent souls.
As soon as he's done saying that, I made a roll to try to regain my composure. Well then, we must take these bodies and put them into the cages. If we do not know that they are going to be in control of their faculties, then at least we can give them some peace that they won't harm each other or others. We must protect what we can if we can no longer protect them.
I agree, and I'll help you move them into the other room. Same thing though with the key, with like I said, within reach but not easily accessible.
And while they're escorting all these bodies to the other room, I will inspect all the bookshelves for anything that might be of interest to me.
Okay, why don't you roll roll a d6.
Any modifiers?
No.
On one of our paths back into the room, grabbing the unconscious bodies, I say to Gisela, Quietly, I say, I didn't know thieves could read. I thought they just stole things.
He's probably not reading. He's probably looking for gold filigree or something on the books, some kind of decorum that makes it worth more money.
I was afraid he was looking for the picture books of the naughty kind.
Steve, can you make a listen check for me? Roll a percentile die.
I wasn't trying to be quiet.
Okay, you didn't hear any of what they said, so forget it.
That's okay. I'm too busy concentrating on the books.
Yes. So you see nothing. Nothing of value. All of the books are history books. You don't care about history. There's some magical books, referencing magic and alchemy and stuff, but nothing that you perceive as particularly valuable.
What about over at the altar?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check on that. So just a d20 with your wisdom mod.
$14.
Okay, so you identify the altar as being built to worship a completely unknown god.
Okay.
So as he's inspecting the bookshelves, I mean, there's a lot of bookshelves over there and a lot of books to look through. I come over as he's, finishing up his observation of this, and I ask, "What'd you find out, Sugar?"
Nothing much. Just a random altar.
Did you find anything else in the room so far?
A book that will probably interest the cleric.
Do I hear him say a random altar?
Mm-hmm.
At that, I walk up behind Eric and I say, no altars are random. They're all placed here for a purpose. If I've learned anything in my clerical teachings, it is that all religions are taken seriously by the followers.
And
What
what
did you-
religion
what
is
did you
this
find
altar
here?
to?
Sorry, what was that?
And what religion is this altar to?
Would I have any knowledge of what this is?
Make a wisdom check.
$17.
Okay, so you successfully identify the altar as being dedicated to a completely unknown god.
So I look at both of them and I say, I for all of my education and all the years spent in school, I do not understand who this god is, what god this temple is or this altar is set up for. It's something new and something I have no knowledge of, but obviously it is important, for no one does this without a reason.
So I noticed that the lights over in this section are different than the rest of the room. And I noticed that there's some kind of decorations that aren't in other parts of the room. And I kind of ask Ferris, "Excuse me, Sugar, do you happen to know what the different skulls and things around here mean? Is this like normal stuff for like a good god?"
I do not believe that a good god is represented with skulls and eatery lights and articles of war. Everything that I've learned from Legalis has been life and provision and good tidings. This does not seem like something that would come from a definition of good, and that worries me.
And weren't these villagers standing over by this when we came in?
They most definitely were, although at that time they seemed to be controlled by another being. So I do not know if that means that they were doing this willingly or if they were just positioned there to show, respect, or I don't know, I would say respect, but to show faith in this deity? I do not know. Again, I do not understand the magic that controls them.
Okay.
I do not know how it works.
So hearing that he doesn't understand it, I'm just going to tip over the candelabras onto the rug and pick up the bench, and I'm just going to clear off the surface of the altar, and then I'm going to try to stand up on the surface of the altar and bang the shield and weaponry off the walls, and then I'm going to try to smash these sconces on the wall as well with either the candelabra or the bench until everything in this area is broken.
You're gonna trap yourself in fire.
No.
Well, those aren't lit, but as well, I guess the candelabras are. But as Gisela starts to break even if it's an unholy, but a shrine of some sort, and just shatter everything, I start to slowly back away, and I kind of mumble to myself, sort of saying it loud. I say something like, "I would not do this. This seems wrong, even for something that is evil. I would not mess with and tempt the mind of an evil deity."
She's knocking over all the shit. She's
I'm like backing
crazy.
away.
However, while she does that, she sets off a trap, and it wasn't a trap that was able to be detected. So don't move anymore. Nobody move anymore.
I was just backing away from the fire that she was causing.
All right, so actually they tip over in a way that causes no fire. They just go out, they snuff out on their way down, so she wrecks all that shit, but then she sets off a trap doing it. And the griffin, rather, that is sitting next to the thief, the one that's closest to you guys, suddenly animates and comes to life. And you have to face a gargoyle.
Awesome. I say, I don't know if there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on, but I say, Giselle, stop it. Look what you've created.
And everybody needs to roll for initiative.
I did not create this. I just drew out its true form.
Oh, I got a 10.
I got a 6.
8.
Wow, we all had really high rolls.
I had a nat 6.
I mean, we had 5s.
All right, first up is the thief.
Stab that. Cement shit. Let's see how that works out for you.
I think I'm actually gonna go sling route. And I'm going to chuck a bullet at it.
Go for it. It whizzes right past his head. Bard.
So, what do I know anything about gargoyles?
You can do another wisdom check for me.
Sorry, what do I roll for that? That was Joe.
I know bards have lore, but I'm not familiar enough with the class to employ it now, without pulling up.
What'd you have him do?
Who, Joe?
Yeah.
I had him roll a wisdom check for religion to see if he knew
Was that a
anything about.
D20?
Yeah, it was a D20 with his wisdom mod. You know absolutely nothing about gargoyles.
Oh, I rolled it twice. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, I rolled a 17. Haha. So knowing nothing about gargoyles, I guess I would just rush in and hit it with my axe.
Okay.
Can you get that far?
Yeah,
If
it
you give
says
me
I moved 3 to
just a
get
second before you decide to do that, let me see if I can pull up the Bard supplement really quick. It's right. I've got it right here. I'm just pulling it up right now and see what they say about lore. Okay, lore. At level 3, you have 9 lore. Let's see how to roll for that. So, because they travel widely collecting historical details, legends, and various bits of local lore, bards have the ability to come up with useful information. Often, this lore ability allows a bard to intuitively put together details regarding locales, notable persons, or even details about magical items. In any event, the game master is warned not to give out full or detailed information. Blah 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 blah. Collect the information. About 10 minutes. Okay, that didn't tell me how to roll for it. It looks like you roll a percentile die for that, which would give you a really terrible chance of knowing anything. So I'm just going to let the wisdom one stand until I understand that better. So you know nothing about them. So you rush in and you swing your axe. Looks like Dan is stepping away for a second, but your axe swings wide. And cleric.
I will rush in and say, "You devil demon spawn from hell, I will send you back to your creator, Gisela." I'm just kidding. And I will swing with my warhammer and miss.
All right. Gargoyle rears back and takes a swipe at. I didn't write his 2-hit mod in his sheet. Hold on. There we go. What's your AC, Bard?
18.
Okay, he comes down with a foot and he stomps the ground right next to you.
No.
And he misses. He was aiming for you, but he missed. So
User in your channel
Does he
timed
step
out.
on me?
User entered your channel.
no.
Excellent. That's
No.
good to know.
All right, thief. Oh, thief dropped.
Yeah.
Thief dropped. Had you saved your character sheet prior to that?
Nope.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to
I
try to
know.
recall the things you did.
I do.
Okay. So let's see here. We can either drop the game and bring it back up, or I can spawn a mini for him while you guys finish this battle to see how the battle plays out.
I would say try to finish this battle. I mean, it's not. He understands where we were positionally, at least with the gargoyle by itself. So it's just attack rolls and just saying what you're doing, kind of thing.
How did you drop out, Dan?
I kind of accidentally hit my router.
Well, shit. Okay, well, it's your turn, thief. So I guess all I need you to do is go into your miniature editor and pull open your mini sheet and just let me know what your stats are.
If you're okay with doing it that way, Dan. Just for this fight, though.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Just give me a second.
In the meantime, I can read about Bardic lore and how you roll for this stuff.
You just make it up.
All right. Got it. I'm ready.
Okay, so your turn.
I'm assuming I was still back a ways still, right?
Yep. Yep, you were about about 10 to 15 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna still let it.
You're gonna whip a bullet at him. What's your mod?
Should be 6.
Okay, so it definitely connects. It hits him like in the shoulder, and he kind of it just bounces off and does absolutely no damage. Bard.
Did you figure out the lore thing or no?
I'm looking at the table right now, and if you're a level 20 bard, your lore is 66. And that tells me that you're rolling on a percentile die. But when you're level 3 bard, your lore is 9. And so you would literally have a 9% chance of having any lore of anything. And even at level 20, the highest level, you still only have a 66% chance to succeed a lore check. Does that sound right?
Is that maybe added to like your wisdom roll or something?
That's what I can't figure out. I haven't read the supplement thoroughly. I'm sure if I did, it would.
If that was, let's say that was, I mean, let's just say that was added to your wisdom roll, and you roll from a 1 to a 20. That means at level 20, if you rolled a 10, it would actually be a 16 or a 17. Whereas at level 3, if you rolled a 10, that would be an 11. I mean, that kind of makes sense to me, but it's all about, I mean, you're the DM. You can make up, whatever you want with this, but.
So it says wisdom modifies it. I'm reading on the basicfantasy.org forums, and
Okay.
there's a lot of people that are talking about it.
Yeah, and I'm using the Bard core class supplement, not the quasi class.
Yeah, no. So it looks like it would be a 12% chance of knowing it. No. It'd be 9 plus my wisdom modifier, which for me is -1, so I'd have only an 8% chance. So yeah, I'm better off just rolling straight wisdom.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to make another wisdom check and sack your move, you can do a wisdom check and attack.
Cool, I'll do that.
All right. So D20 with your wisdom mod then. Okay, so you know, I'll just read the notes. The gargoyle. Gargoyles use their disguise to ambush their foes, surprising them on a 1 to 4 on a d6. You guys rolled a 5, so you weren't surprised. If their foes do not otherwise suspect them. Due to their highly magical nature, they can only be harmed by magical weapons. That's what you know about gargoyles.
That's awesome.
So everybody's screwed.
I look to Eric and I tell him, stab it with your dagger, and then I run away.
You're going to be subject to a parting shot then.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have a magic dagger.
A +1 dagger is magical, I believe.
All right, you're lucky. He swings and it whooshes right by you, his claw. So now it's the cleric's turn. And for the sake of consistency, you already made a wisdom check, and we decided you didn't know. So we'll say that the cleric made this wisdom check roll, and the cleric knew because he never made a wisdom check about the gargoyle.
All right,
You all right with that, Joe?
So understanding the fact that I can't do damage to it, but we got to figure out some way to defeat this thing. Can I? So I understand, like, I got to stay in melee combat or whatever. But can I do something where I take like a 5-foot step and kind of not like back away from it, but try to pull it in a certain direction, sort of like tank pulling it. Like I'm attacking it and saying, "Hey, I want you to come over here, come fight me," and
Yeah,
then
so-
move over to like the rug or something.
So actually, he wasn't engaged with you. He was engaged with the bard. He just
Oh,
at this
okay.
point in time that you are reacting, he's in the middle of missing a swipe on the bard as she's running away. So he's not engaged with you right now. But
Yeah,
if
I
he was
broke off the
engaged, you
engagement. I
could
don't
still
love him
make.
anymore.
If you were engaged, if you could still make a sidestep 5 feet to 1 square, as long as you're remaining adjacent to him, and incur no penalties whatsoever.
Okay, so I'll move here, and no, actually, what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna actually move back this way.
Okay.
I'll move back here, and I'll look at Eric and I'll say, "You and Gisela try to knock down the bookcases. Maybe we can contain it with fire." And I'll gesture behind me to all the books that he was trying to look at earlier.
Just for clarification, though, is that my dagger +1 magical?
Yes.
Can I switch my daggers from hands?
Yes. And you can even, since you know this now, I'm not suggest. I know. Never mind. You know what? I'll let you decide whether or not what to do. I won't give you any suggestions.
How far away am I from the cargo?
You are 15 to 20 feet. About 15. Hasn't changed.
All right, I'm gonna. Well, switching the daggers from hands count as my action.
No, you're a thief. You just you can do it really cool, like too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do flip the dagger +1 in the air and pass the silver dagger over to my offhand, then catch the dagger +1 in my other hand.
Sweet.
And then I'm going to move forward and slash with my magical dagger.
With just that one, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, what's your mod?
Should still be a +6.
Okay, 6. Oh yeah. You hit. What's your damage? 1d4 plus.
It's 1d4 plus
3.
3 for his strength, plus 1 for level or whatever, and then plus 1 for the weapon. So,
Okay, so it
So,
doesn't. The
plus 4.
level doesn't affect the damage.
oh yeah, my bad. So
So
plus
3 then.
4. Okay.
4.
Wait, no, because you've got 2
No.
strength mod, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So it'd
it's
be
3.
3.
Max damage. All right, good. So you run in and you slash him, and this time, since it's a boss kind of character, I'm gonna show his HP loss, and you kind of slash his thigh meat where it connects to his body, and he kind of rears back in pain. And he rears back and swings his tail at you. And you just hop right over it. And now it's the bard's turn.
I'm gonna just sing the song of attack and song of defense, song of attack to start.
Okay, so you're singing battle song offense.
Yep.
So within 60 feet. So that's within 12 squares. So
Yeah,
let me just.
Yep, he is. He's
He
within
is?
9, I think.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So, all right, how's that song sound?
Awesome. Just a second.
He's got to put his bard voice on.
What specifically does this do so I can add it in?
That just gives you a +1 to your attack rolls.
Okay.
I can't think of anything. I'm sorry. I'll just say stab, stab, stab away.
All right. You feel your strikes hit harder or more accurately. Okay, Cleric, your turn.
Well, seeing Eric actually land a blow, and seeing him actually connect, and Gisela trying to encourage him on, there's not a whole lot that I can do.
You can
I'll
stay
just-
prepared to heal me.
Fuck no, you get no healing from the cleric. I've already stated this. I stand in front of Gisela, protecting. Like, I'll even go down on one knee, and I'll put the shield out, kind of like touching the ground, and I'll put the hammer out in front, kind of like in the ready pose to protect. And I'll whisper to Gisela, if the thief falls, it'll be just you and I, and we should make a run for it.
I agree.
He will get no help from me.
I agree.
Okay, the gargoyle is still wincing in pain. He kind of picks up his right foot and tries to push kick the thief. And he definitely hits.
You went through a 19.
What's that? You don't need to know what I rolled. You can just rest assured that he hit you.
That's right.
Wait. Actually, it's got to be over a 20 because he's bigger than a human.
Well, it's
Don't
a good
worry,
thing.
he still hits.
It's a good thing I rolled what I rolled because it's definitely over a 20. All right, so he hits you and you go reeling back a space and you take 8 damage.
Okay,
So what's that leave your HP at?
12.
So you have 20 max?
Yep.
All right, it is your turn, Eric. And Joe, I hope you don't mind. I put the prone status effect on your mini.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm assuming it's a defensive sort of thing, just like defensive posture or whatever.
Yeah, that actually gives you a +4 to AC if you go into defensive.
Nice.
I'm going to move back forward and go back with the dagger +1.
Okay, so +6 mod. Oh, I hit it.
+7. If the song adds to my hit too.
Oh yes, it does. So you hit.
And then attack is +4.
+4 damage, really?
You said that thing adds to my attack as well.
Oh no, just to your attack roll, not your damage roll.
Oh, okay, then it's +3.
Okay, 3. So, all right, so you smack him again, and he, you just kind of cut even deeper into where you had hit him before. And why didn't that update? What's going on? There we go. And he's kind of staggering around a little bit, and you can tell that he's not feeling good at all. So now it's the bard's turn.
Do I have to keep singing for that to keep staying active, or can I sing a different song and get multiple benefits?
I don't know. I would say normally my experience with bards has been that the effects of the song linger for 1 turn or 2 turns while the beginning of the next song incurs. So I would say that for 1 turn, the attack roll will still be +1, and then you can sing your next song. And so there will be 1 turn that he will have an offensive and defensive bonus. And then of
Okay.
course, if you continually alternate them, then that would leave you a 1-turn overlay where they're both constantly active.
Yeah, I'll actually just continue singing the song I'm singing. I just wanted to know.
Okay. Actually, maybe I should make that 2 turns, that they don't overlay like that. So yeah, so you keep singing, and your friends feel bolstered. Cleric, what are you doing?
Still holding the defensive pose and looking at Gisela saying, do we have an exit strategy?
We do, but if you could do me a favor and make me feel a little bit better, I got this nasty little cut right here.
Yes, I can make you feel better. I'll reach behind me and I will cast Cure Light Wounds.
Okay.
My rolls aren't working now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think since Dan dropped, at least my rolls are working. So
Yeah, it's a
roll-
D6 plus 1.
Okay. Oh, there you go. 6.
6. You feel 6 points better.
How does that make you feel, Bard?
Ooh, you really know how to treat a lady.
And I look at you and I say, it is on the teachings of Agalis. She sees the pain of the world and tries to fix it as she can.
So I haven't seen you. Okay, there you go. Sweet. All right. So while this is happening, the gargoyle takes a huge swipe, just a double-fisted swipe at the thief, and it just goes wide. Thief, your turn.
Going in with the dagger again. And try
Plus
for
7.
Yeah.
Okay, you jab in, and he just kind of sidesteps it a little bit. And Bard,
Hang in there, Eric. I'm coming for you, sweetie.
so Dan, she's moving up and is adjacent to you and the gargoyle now.
And I'm gonna say, get your ass over here, cleric, and heal me as well.
Okay, cleric's turn.
You hear a snort. And the cleric, or Ferris, walks towards Gisela, but makes no move towards Eric at all.
Are you still going to retain your defensive posture?
Yes. Does that reduce my movement at all? Sorry, I moved 4 squares, but...
No, because you would just pick up your shield, move, and then go right back into defensive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
no.
I plop it back down on the ground and like kneel down and stuff.
All right. So the gargoyle is going to make another wide sweep with his tail, and try to just trip you both, Gisela and the thief.
Is the cleric in front of Giselle?
No, the cleric is behind. He's behind you two. You two are up with the gargoyle, and Ferris is back behind. So you guys, he's so wounded that he just kind of sweeps his tail around, but it's kind of slow and it drags on the floor, and you guys easily hop over it. And thief, your turn.
Prepare to die, you bastard. And then I thrust towards him with the big dagger.
Yeah, you do. Holy crap.
All right, as you do it,
Was it a nat 20?
You actually, you know what? I'll let you describe how you kill the gargoyle.
Yes, it was a 27 total, Dan.
Awesome. So it was a nat 20, so I get crit. I stab my knife into his leg and pull myself up, and before pulling it out, and then once I climbed upon his knee, I stabbed towards its throat.
All right. You stab his throat, and he just goes down. The weight of his body is too much for his legs to hold anymore, and there's blood gushing out of his neck, and he just and dust kind of goes everywhere, and the room is suddenly, it seems, just quiet. Like there was all of this energy and fervor in the battle, and then all of a sudden, everything is just quiet.
Now, Eric, you can be a valuable member of this team, and we do appreciate what you did for us just now. We do need you, but you also need us. Ferris, will you please heal Eric just this once, and let not his one misstep affect our relationship? Please, honey?
I say nothing.
Don't do it for him. Please do it for us. Do it for me as a personal favor. Just this one time. We need to get done with this. Please.
I look at Eric in the eyes and I say, Gisela is a good-spirited person. Eric, I do not feel that you are. I may be able to heal you in this case. However, if I do, you will forego any sort of evil doings while in my company. If you do anything that I deem an evil act while you are around me or near me or within my vision, I will part company with you immediately and offer you no benefit afterwards. Do you agree to my terms?
I agree, but I'd like to say this. Clearly, even though you are a holy one, the female is greater soul than you are. And as you can see, without me, you would have been dead by the gargoyle. So, remember this.
Brute strength and power is not the only way to defeat a gargoyle. Gisela is not the better person. She is more willing to accept faults in people than I am. And it is our differences that allow us to keep the world turning as it is. In the name of Agalis, I will mend a wound to show my willingness to travel with you. I cast Cure Minor Wounds because that's the only thing that I have left. And I heal you for 1. I don't have a Cure Light Wounds left, so that's all I've got.
It's the sentiment that counts.
Yeah, so you heal for 1.
So, 13.
Yep. Okay. So, I mean,
I look around the room and just see if there's anything else worth taking, worth inspecting. I'll spend as long as it takes. I'm looking for doors, I'm looking for traps, I'm looking for anything as long as it takes.
okay, so when the gargoyle hit the floor, you heard somewhere in the room, as the room shook from his fall, you heard stone rubbing stone. And you haven't found anything yet. You've searched both corridors, kind of where the altar is and where the bookshelves are.
I searched the statue bases where they were, and then I searched like all the walls and stuff too.
Upon hearing the stone rubbing stone, can I use listen to see if I can pinpoint it better?
Yes. You can't decipher where it came from. Okay, so as you guys look around the room, you finally come across what you heard as the stone rumbling, and you notice that in between the two paintings on the back wall, there is the door. There is a door there that's come slightly ajar from the. Don't you open it yet? From the gargoyle hitting the floor.
Sweet. Can I open it?
Yep. You open it and you notice it's completely pitch black in there.
I rush in with a torch.
Is the cleric still by me or not?
Yep.
Yep.
Cleric, I picked up a book of all gods. Perhaps this will interest you, and I hand it to him.
I take it. I still don't trust him, but I'll take the book.
Would you
I'll
like to
stand
read it?
under the light and attempt to read while they mess around inside the hidden secret door passage.
Okay, so he's going to read this, so don't go darting in there yet until I finish reading this. So
Yeah, I just stopped right there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not on the game right now. I'm on my PDF, so hold on.
And I don't read it out loud like I'm reading to children out loud, but I read it out loud like kind of like sometimes you read under your
Muttering
breath,
to yourself.
but yeah, sort of like that, kind of like that. So they might be able to hear me.
Okay. So, the gods, you open up to a bookmark page, and it says, "The gods that exist in our world have so existed only for as long as their worshippers have worshipped them. The dead gods are those who have ceased receiving worship, and thus lost their immortality. The larger of our gods became such, usually by being kings or queens, and commanding worship from their subjects." The rest of the passage details the methods of worship and how throughout history such methods have affected the rise and subsequent downfall of many gods. End.
Excellent. I feel more intelligent and understand more of the world for reading this.
Okay, so go ahead and turn on your vision light, Bard. You can set your vision to 12. You have dark vision.
I don't have dark vision. I believe I do have torches, but
Wait, then why does the Bard have dark vision?
they are on my war pony.
Hang on. I believe halflings do have
Do they have low light, maybe? Hang on.
I had dark vision, I think, and I never took it off from when I was a dwarf.
Yeah, halflings don't have dark vision.
Nope.
Yeah, so set your torch back to 6.
Done.
Okay, so you walk into the dimly lit room with your torch in hand. You see a chest in the back right corner, and you see various scrolls and books upon 2 tables, or 3 tables. And of course, Ferris, you see this as well as she's walking around because of her torch.
I open the chest, or attempt to, after I look for traps.
Why don't you allow me to search for traps?
Sure. I'm just
Can I
claiming what's in. I'm just claiming what's inside.
That is metagaming, Dan. How dare you? You don't know
Yeah.
what she's in there doing.
I was gonna say, can I close the secret door behind me?
Go for it. I'll stay outside.
I look back at you in the doorway in the light, and I say, somebody should have been prepared.
I have torches.
See what the teachings have educated me in. The Gallus tells me to be prepared in all situations.
So you look over
I
the
have
chest and you see nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool, I open it.
Okay. As you open it, you get a spray of acid in your face, and you take. First, you need to make a save versus death ray, which I have the saves right. 52. There you are. You are a thief, and you are level 3, and your death rate is 12. Okay, so. You dodge out of the way of the trap just in time. So you. Wait. Okay, it deals half damage. Okay, so I'm going to roll a 2d6, and you'll take half of it. So you take 5 damage. Or I should say, the acid sprays you in the face, and you miss the brunt of it, but you still take some to your face.
It hits my hair.
Nope, but it does leave a little burn scar on your cheek.
It's like a birthmark, a beauty mole.
Exactly, just like that.
Cool.
Okay.
I open the chest and take whatever's in it.
Okay, inside the chest you find 3 healing potions. And yeah, that's what you find. You find three healing potions.
I drink one right away.
Okay, it's 1d6 plus 1. So it's 5. You heal yourself for 5. Chug. There you go. And you've got 2 other healing potions.
The chest made me more beautiful and didn't affect me at all.
Booyah.
I'm going to take the first table and then let each of them take one of their own tables.
I take the table with all the books and scrolls.
Who knows what the thief's doing? Thief, what are you doing?
Oh, I also have torches, so I lit one and entered the room slowly, seeing Sala get burned by acid and then heal. Obviously, what were the tables again?
You guys are looking over the tables, and you together discover a scroll of haste, a scroll of cure light wounds, and a scroll of shield.
I just want to back her just a teeny bit, and after seeing Gisela get damaged, and then just drink something that she grabbed from the chest, I say, "What are you doing?"
I was thirsty. I was thirsty, sugar.
You don't know what that is.
You know what? When a woman's thirsty, if a man don't bring her a drink, sometimes she just needs a drink herself.
Are you okay?
I feel great.
You certainly look better.
Thanks for noticing, honey. I've been trying, you know.
And actually, since you obtained a permanent scar on your face, but it actually makes you look better, I want you to increase your charisma to 19 and give yourself a 4 modifier. Who knew a trap could be so good?
Sounds like a Bard song. Alright, sorry, what were the scrolls we got again?
A scroll of haste, a scroll of cure light wounds, and a scroll of shield.
I'll give the scroll of cure light wounds to Eric and tell him to read it.
I'll read it.
Okay, you're gonna have to admit. What's your wisdom modifier?
It is,
I think it's 0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't even begin to understand what the scroll says. So,
Does he tell me that?
Dan.
I can't read this gibberish.
Well, then I'll give it to the cleric. Cleric, you give me one of your scrolls, and then I'll give him a potion.
My wisdom modifier is also +0, but since I know the spell, can I read the Cure Light Wounds?
Oh yeah, you understand it entirely.
Okay.
Casting spells from scrolls is another thing. You roll a percentile die for that, but it's only a 10% chance to fail.
Okay. So I'll just take the Cure Light Wounds spell, and I will dole out. Whatever other spell that I had, I'll just give it to somebody else.
I'll take the shield because I have a lower AC than Eric, and then we'll give him the haste one because he's a quick thief, and then I'll give him a potion as well.
All right, so Dan, add a potion and a scroll of haste to your inventory. And Jasali, I assume you already added the scroll of shield to your inventory. And Cleric, add the scroll of Cure Light Wounds to your inventory.
Yep.
Okay, and that appears to be all you find in the secret room. Dan, Eric Lightfingers, as you step away from the table on your guys' way out, the hastily packaged book that you failed to show your fellow adventurers falls out of your backpack and hits the ground.
What's that?
Did they hear it?
Oh yeah, the room is completely silent except for you three.
Okay. I was double checking before.
Okay.
Just a book that I'm interested in.
Oh yeah? Mind if I take a look?
You weren't able to read the scroll. Are you sure you're able to read this? Perhaps you need some help.
There's a page missing. We need to see if we find it.
We found lots of pages in this room. How do we know that the missing page isn't in here?
It's about.
Come on now.
Hang on a second. I'm
We're
trying to remember what it. I'm trying to remember what it says.
We're trying to build trust here, honey. You can be honest with us.
So the book's still on the floor. Nobody's gone in to grab it.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to
about
take it. I'm going to wait for him to tell the truth about it.
It's about the beings we've been fighting and how curse is permanent.
Well, now, that could prove useful. Mind if the cleric takes a read of it? And why don't you go ahead and drink that potion? You don't look very good.
At Giselle's encouragement, I'll pick up the book and thumb through it.
I didn't say that was okay.
What are you going to do about it? He's reaching down for the book. What do you do?
Perhaps you should ask my permission to touch my items.
Perhaps you should ask my permission to end someone's life.
Now, gentlemen, we need to continue working together. It's the only way we're going to get out of this place alive with the villagers if we can. Eric, is it okay if Ferris reads from your book?
I'm gonna put my torch down towards it and say, perhaps if he takes a better tone with me.
Ferris, would you please ask him kindly to read his book?
Eric, would you allow me to learn from the tome that you were not able to fully understand that lays before you?
I will lightly kick it over towards him.
I will then pick it up and read it.
All right, so if you click on the miniature I spawned and press F4, you'll go into the conversation, and you can read it from there. You can read it to the party.
When working with your subjects, it is certainly best to ensure that they lack the necessary willpower to resist the enthrallment. Each time the spell is cast, the caster is drained of much of his energy and usually requires rest before performing another enthrallment. Once you've ensured that your subject lacks the necessary willpower to resist the enthrallment, the next step is to administer an alchemical mixture, which is detailed on the following page. This mixture serves to prime the subject's body for control, and without it, you cannot control your subject's movement, only its thoughts. The next page is ripped. The next page says, upon successful administration of the aforementioned alchemical mixture, the subject will be prepared for enthrallment. Be forewarned, the effects of this spell have shown to, in most cases, be permanent.
Oh goodness, no, please. That cannot be permanent. We're looking for a sleeping wizard of some kind. We need to hurry up.
I do not know if we can save the villagers as we wished beforehand. Perhaps if we could end the spell or end the controller of the spell.
Eric,
possible,
I give you permission to kill the wizard. Now let's go.
And I'll mutter and remember. Hence why I didn't want to show you.
And Gisela apparently just
Disappears.
floats away. Yeah, she just has like gone at warp speed out of the room.
Warp speed 9.
I'm supposed to hide my random encounter rolls. And make sure if you have a vision light on that you turn it off, because you dropped your torches because you don't need them anymore.
I snuffed mine and put it back.
All right, so Dan. So we have a couple of options here. We can, first of all, everybody should save their character sheets before anything else happens.
Already did.
All right, sweet. So we can either call it now, pick it up again some other time, so you guys can do the hangout, or we can drop it and pull Dan back in and start back up where we left off here.
Set the start point. Let's do the ladder.
I always get confused between the latter and the former.
Ladder's
one do
the
you want?
second one.
Okay, so you want to keep going?
Yep. I haven't gotten any messages about the hangout. Have you, Joe?
Nope.
I would say it's like almost 10:30. It's kind of late to do a hangout, anyways.
Bars are open for like 4 hours.
Yeah, but what I was saying is I don't think we're going to really get anybody other than you, me, Brendan, possibly Ty, and
Haleo would be on because it's only 8 o'clock West Coast, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do this.
yeah, more interesting.
I'm jumping out of here.
Okay,
Wait.
yep. If everybody quits, and then then I will, and we'll be on our merry way. Did you save your character sheet, Dan?
Yeah, I've got it memorized.
Okay, now when you load, did you ever load up your character sheet in the miniature editor to look at it?
Yes.
Okay, now when you did that, did you load your .char file?
It wouldn't let me.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So we'll have to make sure that we update.
All
Unless
I have to do
Unless you've
is
got it all figured out.
All I have to do is subtract 2 stones.
Okay.
Oh, not 2 stones. 3 stones. 2
Yeah.
bullets. And I got it.
I'll be right back.
As will I.
As will I.
I will be here.
Entertain them with a song, Dan.
I thought there was something else we had to deduct or change about your character sheet other than the bullets and the stones. There was something else. Oh, the books.
Yeah, I basically gave those to the cleric, so I just have to add the potion of cure light and the scroll of haste, and then switch my weapons to the other hands.
Oh. I'm gonna go grab my brew I bought specially for tonight.
I'm back.
Save tonight, in fact, back in time.
Please, for all that's holy, stop.
What, you don't like Eagle Eye Cherry?
I like them just fine.
I'm pretty sure they only made one song ever.
They did tons of songs. That's the only one that made it anywhere.
Nope, in my mind, that's all they've ever made.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Ain't never gonna get me down. I get knocked
Hey,
down.
Chumbawamba, they did at least 2 different songs. Actually, I had the CD Tub Thumping.
I have Eagle Eye Cherry songs.
Save Tonight is all they got.
Pissing the
No, it
night
isn't.
away.
See, there's some Tub Thumping off of the Chumbawamba Tub Thumping CD.
Pissing the night away. I drink a whiskey drink. I drink a vodka drink.
I just put my
I drink a
headphones
cider
back
drink.
on and
I
heard
drink
you
a
say
lager
that.
drink. I sing the songs that remind me of the good times. I sing the songs that remind me of the best times.
Oh, Danny boy. Now that we're all sick to our stomachs, who's ready to play?
We are just waiting for Wizard Man.
See, I was just enthralled
Mr.
by
Jones
all the
stepped
music
up of
going
a
on.
conversation.
Got me an Appalachian Amber Ale by Thomas Creek.
I got me some Jack and Water.
Water.
Ew.
Jack and Water. Hold the Jack. I know that's not how it goes, but that's what I got.
I was gonna make a mint julep until I realized I needed to buy like some Kentucky bourbon or some shit. I'm pretty sure that's something that Ty could make up for us. Some mint juleps.
He could give us water that wasn't water, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, check your dice rollers. Good.
Good thing I got rid of that one.
Yeah, I've rolled a 19 and a 20 on my dice roller attempts. but it's okay because I'm Dice&Decks, so I'm all right.
All right. So yes, obviously we started back here. So let's head back to where we were. And there were, let's see, 7 total villagers in these cages. 2 of whom were female.
Eric, you're huge.
Ready whenever you are.
Me too.
I was just getting those villagers squared away. Then I gotta boogie over to the
I'm
library.
just adding all my stuff.
So don't start yet, but did you guys want to leave the secret door open? Or did you shut it on your way out?
I sure as hell didn't shut it.
I think I would shut it. Trying to be polite and all that jazz.
All right.
I mean, if it could be shut, I'd shut. I don't really know how secret doors work, but I'd like to pull it behind me or whatever.
Yep, you were able to shut it. All right, so game on.
Eric, why are you climbing the walls?
Ninja skills.
Actually, thieves can climb walls.
This is not the time nor the place.
Apparently, he just pooped a fireball.
That was not me.
Nor me.
Then it was Brendan.
Negative.
That one was me.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up and delete it. Because I can't pick up either of
It's
them.
not me. It was burning.
There we go. All right, I know you're not at full hit points, Eric.
Actually, he might be because he drank that potion, right?
No, he never drank it. You gave it to him. You told him to drink it, but he never drank it.
Sounds like he drank it.
That was not me.
I probably have to be moved before I can pick that one up and kill it.
So
He's sparkly and on fire.
the more time you guys spend idling around, the more random encounter rolls I get. So, just saying.
All right.
All right, so Dan, you're just recklessly running down the hallway. Then I take it.
Silently, though.
So you got to say that. 'Cause I got to roll a move silently check for you. Okay. So you're greeted with another door. So, all right, let's say here. So before, like, doing things like making massive moves down hallways or opening doors and doing stuff like that, describe to me what you're doing before you do it, just so that it's easier to, just so you're not it's not so silent, and we're not just moving minis around and rolling dice.
Like I said, I moved silently down the hall to inspect the area.
Okay, are you doing anything other than moving silently? Are you, looking for traps? Are you hiding? Are you listening? You've got all kinds of things you can be doing as a thief.
I can't listen as long as I'm moving, actually.
You're not moving anymore, are you?
No, now I'm going to attempt to listen while I'm at the door, but you want to see what everybody else is doing?
Yep.
So
I farted.
As he's moving silently, like as he started down the hallway, I was kind of like around the corner. And he started to move down the hallway. I would follow behind him. And as he set up to the door, I would then move to directly behind the door. So I don't know if that hinders his listening or not, but I would move to right here while he was like ear up against the door.
Okay, so I'm going to roll your listen roll.
When everything goes silent and he's just listening, I accidentally fart.
And you heard that, Dan. And subsequently meant you didn't hear anything.
Yeah, seeing how they both want to make noise.
Mine was completely accidental. I rolled a shield, which means I shielded my pants. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, since I can't hear anything, I'm just going to kick the door open.
All right, go ahead. Doof. And it, of course, opens the other way. That's
You
fine.
kicked it too hard.
Yeah. So you kick open the door and you notice this. You're immediately greeted with the scent of food. So you guys can go ahead and hover on in here and see what's in the room. Don't walk in. I said hover in. Put your thief back to where he was.
But he's gutsy.
I know, but you see, when we're doing these things, people have other senses themselves, and they have to have time to react. So you kick open the door, and you don't just appear in the center of the room, and then everybody notices you. You kick open the door, everybody looks at you, and now I have to describe what the hell's going on. So all these guys are standing around. You see an orc to the left. Actually, you don't see him yet. What you do see, though, is you see a woman at the what appears to be stoves cooking for just cooking food, and you see a guy over to your right washing dishes in a barrel, and you see two orcs in the back arranging wood, just kind of huffing it around and stacking it and making sure everything's organized. And then you also see two humans. Actually, you know what? One of them's a halfling. You see a human and a halfling arranging barrels in the back left-hand corner. And as soon as you kick open the door, they all look at you. And it takes a second, but they all are surprised. And the cook turns around and looks at you and says, "Oh, please help me. They've got me. They're forcing me to cook here. Please, I don't want to do this. Help me." And you noticed that her eyes aren't glowing.
So as a halfling, you said we did smell what the room was. I'm going to actually I'm actually gonna walk straight into the room, and I say, "About time, somebody with some skill." And I'm just gonna ignore everybody else. I'm gonna walk over to the table that has the plates and the silverware, and I'm gonna start fixing myself some food.
All right, so you make it about 3 steps into the room, about 15 feet. So the second square on the rug. And now everybody's gonna have to roll for initiative.
That's my intent, at least.
Well, being that I was closer, does that mean that I also have to move over that far? Because I was just getting charged into the room, seeing all the bad guys.
You can go up to, since you surprised everybody and you just ran right in, right about to the end of the rug is as far as you made it in. And of course the cleric just goes, what smells good? All right, and Ward, You made it in next to the cleric, I take it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so everybody roll for initiative. This is going to be fun. I have to roll for friggin' 6.
What I would do here, I would just roll them in groups: orcs,
I got an 8.
humans, and then a cook.
I rolled a 6.
So the cook isn't actually going to be part of the initiative list, but
Well, but if she decides to run away, it'll be nice to know when she can.
that's true.
Because that's what it is, right? Orcs, humans, and cooks. Or, well, orcs,
And a half.
orcs, villagers, and cook.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a good idea. So I'm going to roll first for the orcs. I like that idea because I was worried that I was going to have to take forever rolling for initiatives here. And then for the villagers. Then for the cook. Okay, y'all. Tell me what you got.
6.
5.
Oh, 5. I thought you said
I got an 8.
Honey, are you eating any
Good
of
job, Dan. You didn't put it in your
What I
movie
brought
sheet,
in.
though. So, tisk, tisk.
You told me to tell you no.
And it would appear, Joe, that you have transformed into an enthralled male villager.
Yay.
And I don't know how that happened. Probably. I don't know.
Kill him.
Hang on.
Thankfully, we haven't made any changes to our character sheets
Yeah.
yet. So. There.
Someone killed the blue-eyed guy.
Okay, and then what did the bard roll? 5?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Joe, what did you roll? 6?
I got a total of a 6, yes.
Okay, cool.
While you're doing this, entering the initiative stuff in, is the cook attractive, and what race? Will we be able to tell what race she is just by sight?
While we're entering the initiative phase, the cook is actually doing something along the lines of, as she turns her away from us.
You just completely threw off my line of thinking, and now I have to rethink of what the hell I was just doing. Okay, there we go.
Sorry. My bad.
Really had to open the beer, didn't you?
Okay,
Hey,
cool.
it's what we do.
So, all right, I'm actually going to take a sip of mine here, and then it's Eric's turn.
So again,
Not
Okay,
to be
so you-
outdone.
can I tell if the cook is attractive, and is she a halfling?
She's not a halfling. She's actually a dark-skinned elf, and she's very attractive.
All right. How much can we run?
Double your movement speed. Okay, so now it's Varys' turn.
Stay behind. I'll protect you.
Without anybody interrupting me, I'm gonna run over to the serving table. Well, not like the prep table. I'm gonna grab actually. grab
That table
plate
is
and fork.
of dirty dishes.
Oh, is there any place where there's clean dishes?
Good Good point.
The one next to you.
Is it the like where the chair is?
Yeah, those are the only clean dishes. All the rest of
Okay.
the dishes are dirty.
Can I on my run? Can I swipe those and then start making my way to the stove?
Sure. You just grab the
Nice.
shit and you start running.
Yep. I'll dock one square for my run, so I'll get to there. But I have a like fork and plate in hand as I'm running.
Ooh. All right, Bard, your turn.
I have plenty of experience of playing a hungry halfling, so be prepared.
While the rest of you are acting to your interests, I'm gonna do what's necessary and save the villagers.
I have a quick question. Does Gisela know that they're blue-eyed and evil?
Yes,
I'm
you all
heading
can
towards the orcs.
Okay, you all can clearly see that the orcs and the villagers have glowing red eyes. And that the cook is the only one who doesn't. Okay, so now it's the cook's turn, and she's just gonna kind of back away over to this stove. And now this villager's gonna move in and take a swipe at Ferris. Ferris, what's your armor class?
16.
Okay, so he manages to get a punch in on you, and he punches you right in the shoulder, really hard for 4 damage.
Wow. Does that make me drop the plate and the fork that I just grabbed?
It makes you drop the fork. You still got the plate though.
Okay.
Villagers and these guys. He comes in, closes the distance, and makes kind of a leaping fist attack to the bard. And he misses. And this guy comes in, and he just kind of takes a big uppercut swipe at Gisela. And it goes wide.
You boys aren't the first to try to fist me.
I'm just gonna ignore you said that. So this orc moves in and takes a swipe at the thief, and the thief quickly dodges around it. This guy runs in, but he doesn't get there in time, and this guy also runs in, but he doesn't quite get there in time. All right, this is so much easier with doing it in groups. So, Eric, Lightfingers, you're up.
Don't hold back now, honey. You kill those orcs. We don't have to save them.
Racist.
They weren't part of the village.
Eric, Dan.
I'm going to slash at Orc 2, just to make it easy for you, with just my dagger +1.
All right, go ahead, roll. You can roll, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so you hit. And you add your strength and the +1 from your dagger. So it would be 3. 1d4 plus 3. Unless, of course, you switched your daggers back. In which case it's 1d4 plus 1. Or 2, rather.
No, it's still my dagger +1.
Okay. Nice. All right, so what did you do? You just slashed him. So
Yeah.
you slash across his chest, and it leaves a big gaping wound in his chest, and he's bleeding heavily. All right, Ferris, your turn.
Seeing as how the enthralled villager actually knocked the fork from my grasp, the fork would be in my right hand, so the blade's still in my left hand.
Mm-hmm.
I will actually grab my warhammer, and not understanding that he didn't have control of his actions and being very upset that he interrupted my feeding appetite, I actually swing to as normal, not just subdual, but I'm just going to attack like normal. And I miss.
Yeah. So in your food stupor, oh man, and you bash the table next to him, and all of the clean dishes go flying off, or all the dirty dishes rather go flying off of the table. And they crash onto the floor. Bard, your turn.
Take that stuff.
And I'm going to shout, can I at least kill the orcs?
I'm
Watch
pretty
me
sure
and
he
then
said
tell
that.
me what you think.
I think you both cut into each other there, and I missed it.
Nothing. I told you that it was okay.
And
Yeah,
what are
I
you
miss.
doing? Oh, okay. You're wizard now. That's so weird. Okay, so your swing goes wide, and now it's the cook's turn. And she's just gonna kind of come into this little safe zone right here, in between the two heroes. And first, this villager next to Ferris is gonna take a swing at him. And it definitely goes wide. And then the two villagers over next to Jasala are gonna try to punch her in the face. They're both just taking normal attacks, and they both miss. The orc next to Jasala is also going to attack. And he manages to connect. So he swings his sword at you, and it kind of nicks your arm, and it just gives you just a tiny little cut for 1 damage.
That was the orc that hit me?
Yeah. They all have long swords, the orcs do, despite the fact that they look like they're carrying clubs.
That's fine. I say, oh, come on now, honey. I've had children scratch me worse than that.
And both of the orcs next to the thief try to swing at him, and he just kind of dodges and dives around, and they all miss. And now it's back to the thief's turn.
I'm going to single blade with the dagger +1 against Orc 2 again.
Okay.
Just a slash, in the general direction of his throat.
You can describe like a more detailed attack if you want, and have it not be a called shot. Basically, what a called shot does is you try to you describe something specific that you want to do, so that rather than doing full damage, even though we had full damage done before, rather than I reread the rules, rather than doing either full or any damage, you do a specific effect. So whenever you want to do a called shot, just say, I'm doing a called shot. Other than that, you can describe the attacks any way you want.
I'm going to cut towards his throat.
All right, so you lash out at his throat and you connect for roll your damage. All right, describe how you kill him.
Nice. Basically, cut his throat and watch him bleed out.
He grasps his throat and blood gurgles and he slumps to his knees and he lands on his face and he's dead. Ferris.
I will again make an attack on the villager that knocked the fork from my grasp.
Okay, so apparently my mic is feeding back again. Oh my word.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Ooh, a 19.
Yay!
I do 6 damages.
Describe how you kill him.
I don't know if he's dead, but
He's dead. Describe how you kill him.
it's definitely a frustrated strike. It's a sweet, like a swipe from right to left across. Like on my height, it's chest height, but it just so happens to catch the villager right in the junk, and it jabs everything from the shaft to the balls to the hips all the way through to the backside.
All right.
That's how upset Ferris is in missing his meal, and his fork utensil being smashed from or dropped from his hand upsets him greatly. Probably more than it should, but that's what he's feeling right now.
Upon hearing the crunching of the bones, I look back and see the body, desecrated by the mace. Nice kill there, cleric.
It can be mended. A supper can never be mended.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right, let's see. Up next, we have myself. I will go after the orc. That's a nat 20. max roll. And he's probably dead.
I would say he's dead.
Yeah. What I was going to try to do is I was going to come up his left arm with my axe and then come down his right shoulder with my axe. And yeah.
He's not dead.
Oh, I didn't. Hold on, though. I didn't roll the extra d8. Is he dead now? So the first d8 was cutting off his left arm. The second d8 was cutting off his right arm from above. Bye-bye.
User disconnected from your channel.
Oh, there went Nate. Let's give him a minute.
Yeah, I just realized. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do the extra d8.
User joined your channel.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're all
sure
good
can.
now.
What? I have no idea why that happens.
It's okay.
Alright, so yeah, he did. And then next is the cook, and now that she sees kind of a free space here, she's gonna run over here and kind of hide. Next up are the villagers, and there's 2 left, and they're both going to swing at Jasala. And the halfling misses, but the human, he manages to connect. And he gets you right in the jaw for 3 damage.
You never hit a woman in the face. You will pay for that.
He just mindlessly continues to battle. And now the orc will swing his long sword, and he brings it up over his head, and he comes down at the thief. And the thief
35
just
damage.
thief just steps out of the way, and now it's the thief's turn.
I'm going to use both daggers, thrusting one dagger towards the orc's abdomen and the other up towards the bottom of his jaw.
By the way, Nate, did you get to hear the kill that Joe did to the villager?
Yeah, with like accidentally chopping off his balls and all that.
He hammered his midsection back into his back section.
Well,
Don't ever get between a halfling and his meal.
I can't comment on that. So, Dan, you just described how you just massacred that mofo. Because you just rolled crazy. Oh, wait, no. That's for,
Hey, it might be for damage, though.
Yeah, you hit for one, with one of your daggers. Sorry, I forgot you were rolling for both. Thought you rolled for 12 damage. I was like, wow. Okay, so yeah, you definitely hit him hard.
Dan, don't you get to double that with your nat 20 there on the one you're hitting with? Don't you?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh yeah, okay, it wasn't at 20. So, go ahead. Describe how you just massacred him. You take him from full life to dead.
I'm going to say that's the one that went through the bottom of his throat, up through the chin. And I'm going to just drive it in and a couple of times and then, twist.
Are you trying to pick his nose from inside his mouth?
No, I'm trying to pull his brains out.
Cleric.
Okay, and you're gonna tell me if I can do this or not. But I still have the plate to my left hand and the warhammer in my right hand. Can I throw the plate onto the table, then turn around and move towards the enthralled male villager and get an attack?
Yeah, you can just drop the plate and run. You can't, however, in the same turn, re-equip your shield in time.
No, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So what I do is I don't I sort of toss the plate onto the table and I say to the cook, "Fill me up. I'll be back later." And then I run to the villager, and then I attack. And I miss.
Yeah, as you miss, I'm like, oh, good thing that big one's mine, honey.
And now it's the bard's turn.
So I kind of like touch my right hand to my jaw and my left hand to the back of my head, and I kind of push my jaw back in place, pretending to crack it or whatever. Exactly like that. And then I tell him, "You never hit a woman in the face." And then I'm going to roll my axe, not the side of my axe. I'm going to hit him in the face with the blade of my axe.
Ooh. And you connect.
Yeah.
All right, so you just cleave straight through him. You actually separate his face into two pieces, and the rest of his body just slumps to the ground, twitching.
And then I realize what I just did, and I'm like, oh God, no. Please come back.
And the cook stays where she's at. And the halfling villager will take a swing at you. And he'll miss. And there's no more orcs left. So, a thief, you're up.
And how I can't commit evil, I'm going to go for the subdue damage, using both of my blades. That's -4, correct, for the hit.
Correct. And since you're using both blades, your main hand gets -2, and your offhand gets -5. So your offhand gets a total of -9.
I'm trying to think of the second hand's minus right now.
Did you
It's
switch
to-
back to the positive dagger in this offhand?
No. That's the first roll I already did.
So then it
So
should be
you-
-5.
It'll be your strength mod +2 for your level.
No, it's my dex mod, remember?
Oh yeah, for light weapons. Your dex mod plus your level -9.
I think it's -5, right?
No, it'd be -4 then.
Yes. Okay, so they both hit.
And how was that on damage again?
You're rolling 1d4 plus 3 on your main hand and 1d4 plus 2 on your offhand.
And then half.
Yeah, we'll add up the total and half it. So 9. So you deal 5. So
All right.
bonk bonk. He takes the 2 hits and he's still up, but he's dazed definitely. So it's the cleric's turn.
Having my senses return to me, I make sure I tell Ferris to take it easy on this one.
Yeah, I'll do subdual.
Go for it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's a nat 20.
it is. I've rolled 3 20s tonight, actually. I'm just gonna roll a d6 plus 1 then for a subdual.
Cool.
4 damages.
So you just bonk. He's out. He's down.
My brother, I don't know why I have to take you down.
So you managed to save the halfling out of the group. All right, good. So battle ends, and the cook comes running up to you, and she says, thank you so much for saving me. You have no idea. I was so scared, and they just told me I had to make food, and it was so. Thank you so much."
I lean in and kiss her on the lips. And I tell her it'll be okay.
She just kind of okay. She looks at you weird and says, "Okay, well, thank you. Please don't do that again." Now, I have a friend. You have to save her. I will lead you to her, but please, they brought us both down together.
Before we go, tell us a little bit about this friend of yours. Is she also as pretty as you are, sweetheart?
I really don't see how that matters. We have to save her. She's my friend.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to imagine what she's gonna look like. 'Cause you're beautiful.
And I'll say, just lead the way.
She'll ignore what the bard was saying, and she'll nod at the thief. Say, thank you.
I walked past all of you, and I walked over to the cooking station, and I just started eating. Like I grabbed a plate and I just filled it up, overflowing.
So when
And I stood there, went back to the counter, just leaned back, and I started mowing down.
So when
Alright.
Eric begins escorting her out of here or whatever, I tell her I need to make a quick stop. And I take the halfling back to that room with all the other villagers and I lock him in a cage.
Okay, hold on. That's going to take you a while, so. Okay. You're good. I'll move them back over there. Okay, so we got our cleric halfling mowing down on food. You can give yourself a hit point.
So while everybody's leaving the room, I say, why is everybody going away? We got all this food and it's great.
User disconnected
I don't
from your
understand
channel.
why everybody's leaving. Just trying to both my cheeks are stuffed, and I'm like, you should try this. It's amazing. It's so good.
Did you give yourself a hit point?
I'm getting there.
Okay. It looks like Dan dropped the channel, but he hasn't dropped the game yet.
So once I'm done walking him back and seeing that Ferris
There he
isn't
goes.
with us yet, I'm gonna go back to the room and I'm guessing find him still eating, and I'll say, "Come on, Ferris, it's time to go." And if he tells me that he feels better after eating the food and that I should try some, then I'll try some as well.
Yeah, when you come back to me, I'm actually sitting on the ground, like a plate on the ground next to me, and a plate in my lap, and like crumbs all over the place. I'm like, oh, this is so good. Oh, you have to try the chicken and the pork and the beef, and there's some rolls and there's spices. And I don't
User entered your
know
channel.
where the butter comes from, but it's nothing I've ever had before, and you just have to.
So while you're mowing down, the cook steps in and says, "Oh, well, if it's some food you need to rest a little bit, then I can certainly whip something up for you."
Oh, sweet. I'm
And so
gonna eat turkey if there is any.
she
It's just
whips
getting
you up.
annoying.
What's that, Dan?
IDC.
Yeah, I saw that. So she whips you up a nice hot piping plate of turkey, and
I ask her if she has any asparagus or any other aphrodisiacs.
first of all, the last time I considered asparagus an aphrodisiac was never, and she says no. And could you actually make a Constitution check for me?
Absolutely. How's that?
That looks good. And the cook turns to Ferris and says, "Do you want me to cook you anything up before we go?"
Well, I think I've eaten everything else that you already cooked, so I mean, unless you got another hour and a half to prepare everything as good well as you've done already, I think we're okay here. And
What about you, sweetie? And she looks back at the thief.
I actually begin feeling quite suspicious of her, and I pull out my axe, and I'm going to brandish it in front of her, and I'm going to ask her a couple of questions, and I'm just going to watch to see how she reacts, and if she twitches even slightly wrong, I'm going to go ahead and just drive my axe into her stomach. So
I don't know that I have a reaction to make of this, but if I do have the option to make a reaction, my reaction will be, wait, whoa, this is just so good. Okay.
I tell you to stop eating.
I'll move in front of her and brandish my daggers back, say, for the weapon.
So, Dan, you're standing right in front of her, so we have her surrounded in a triangle right now?
Well, I'm
No,
sitting on
I'm
the ground
standing
eating
at her
food.
facing you.
Yeah. Okay. So,
So she raises her hands. She says, why? Please, I'm just trying to help. All I want is my friend back and return to me, please.
I take my whip and I look at Eric and I tell him that he needs to trust me on this. And if she tries anything, that he needs to kill her. And I begin to bind her hands with my whip.
And
I
she
don't
just
get any
begins
say-so on
sobbing
this.
and asking why.
I said, "You're the first person we've found here who's not affected by it. And all the people in this room, all these dirty plates sitting around, it now makes sense to me. You have a recipe from this book that we carry with us on
We
how to
don't.
make people bend to your will."
We don't.
What?
Remember, that's the page that's missing.
I know, she has the recipe. She's the cook. I say,
How do you know she is?
I'm just going on a hunch.
She says, please, I have no idea what you're talking about. Potion? What are you talking about? I have no idea.
I didn't
What
say
book?
potion.
I actually didn't mean to say that.
That's
okay. Metagame.
Okay. I tie her up anyways, and I said, "Look, if you're innocent, we'll let you go. But if you're guilty, well, let's just say that how we handled those others will be nothing compared to what we'll do to you. Now, walk."
I actually speak up in her defense and I say, the reason they must have kept her mind from being controlled is because a controlled mind would never be able to make food this good. It takes an amount of creativity that you would lose if you controlled a mind such as brilliant as the one in front of us.
And she nods yes. She nods yes. She says, yes, that's exactly why.
And I'll chime in at this point and say, what if we come to an agreement here?
What kind of agreement?
If she'll trust me, she can remain bound. But she stays with me and not with you two.
You said she can remain bound?
Yeah, if she trusts me, she'll remain bound. But she'll stay with me instead of the other two.
She says, yes. I don't care. Please don't hurt me. She's got tears running down her face. She's obviously completely distraught and scared.
Is this an agreement with you, Josiah?
As long as you're behind her and I'm in front of her, and Ferris is off to her side, I'm in agreement.
Why did the bard's voice just change? Sounds like a man now.
Yeah, sorry, just a second. As long as you're behind her and I'm in front of her and Ferris is to her side, I'm in agreement.
No, the agreement is she stays with me and you two leave her alone.
I'm not doing anything but walking in front of her, sweetie.
There's no need to keep any more than one person guarding her, just in case.
I'm not guarding her. I'm watching where I'm walking.
She says, please, we have to save my friend. I don't know how much longer she has left.
Then walk. Now.
Okay, please follow me. And she'll lead you guys out of the kitchen. And since I have to control Dan's mini here, it's going to take me just a second to kind of line things up here. So let's all get out to the hallway, provided there's nothing else you want to do in the kitchen.
Nope. Although, as it returns away from me, I take one more large spoonful and just suck it down, and then a whole nother turkey leg or chicken leg or whatever is in the pot.
Can you make a Constitution check for me?
Sure, I can. Oh, wait, no, I can't. My rolls were off.
Okay, what's your con mod?
Con is +2.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, so it goes down smooth.
Nice. And in my head, I'm thinking this is the greatest thing that I've ever tasted in my whole life. And then I just walk out with everybody else.
We did the prerequisite checking of the room before we leave, of course.
The only things you had ever found were that the barrels that the villagers were screwing with were filled with oil for lighting all of the scones and all of that stuff throughout the lair, and that the boxes that the orc was guarding off to the left were filled with the food that the cook uses to make for all of the denizens of the lair.
Are there a couple of loaves of bread?
Halfling ate it all. Your cleric, he ate everything.
Darn right I did. You know,
Did I get a hit? Did I gain a hit point, by the way?
No.
I had a nice turkey meal. How did I not get a hit point?
Because the halfling ate it.
No, I ate a turkey meal.
He did. He ate turkey, but he didn't get a hit point from it. Okay. So she is continuing to lead you guys down this hallway. And she just says, please keep following me. I know where she is.
I go really slowly down this hallway. And I've got my axe drawn.
I'm going to say move as fast as you have to. I can keep up.
What did you say?
I told her that she can move as fast as she wants to and that I can keep up.
With a little wink and a nod, like, I can keep up, baby.
No.
No? Okay. And she says, please, please. She's right in here. She's right in here. And you come up to the door at the end of the hallway here.
I do not. With the skeletons that are hanging from the walls, I actually do not cross their path, and I stop and I watch everybody else walk. And I do not move forward.
While the cleric's sitting there, I'm going to check the door for traps and then listen.
While he's busy checking the door for traps, as quietly as I can, whatever I need to roll for this, let me know. I've got my axe out, and I'm going to smash the cook in the back of the head with my axe.
Okay, so go ahead, just make an attack roll. And then, Thief, are you going to willingly allow this to happen?
He's busy checking the door.
Okay, well, the reason I asked that is because Thief's going to make a reflex save. See if he sees it in time. He doesn't see it in time. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Oh wait, I have to do it for you. What's your mod?
3.
It'll be -4 for subduing.
Oh, I'm not trying to subdue her.
Oh, okay. So what's your mod?
Well, I have a question. Since it's a back attack,
Yeah, you'll get +2.
so D20 plus 5.
Okay. As you bring your axe down to try to just destroy her for no known reason whatsoever, she just vanishes.
Okay. The traps and listen roll.
The door seems fine. As you listen into the door, you hear kind of the clanging of glass bottles. And not much else.
Assuming, actually, that I also hear the whoosh of the axe attempting to kill the elf.
Oh, you're definitely aware of what just happened, because as you're sitting there inspecting the door and you're listening and you hear this clanging, that goes down, and and the thief is gone, and there is the bard with her axe, kind of stumbling forward from the mist.
And I'm going to say, and you two don't trust me calling me evil. It's you who attacked from behind.
Oh yeah, if she's just a cook, then why in the hell did she just... Or, excuse me. Oh yeah, well if she's just a cook, then why in the hell did she just disappear?
Wouldn't she with somewhere attacking you?
If I could disappear, I sure as hell wouldn't be here, sweetheart.
Cowardly acts.
What? What did you say?
Your cowardly acts are disgusting.
Cowardly acts? Honey, I am a pure genius. That bitch, she's gonna be behind this door. Well, my name ain't Gisela Star Buckus.
Buckus. Okay, so you've listened for you've listened to the door and you've looked for traps. There's no traps, and you didn't find any traps, and you heard the clanging of glass bottles from beyond the door.
I'm going to at a moderate voice, call for the cleric to get over here so that way I'll enter as one.
I quickly drink down a potion, and I kick open the door, screaming, "Where are you at, you vicious bitch? You got a lot to answer for."
I want to give the cleric a chance to react to the thief.
What was it that you said again?
I might tell you to get your ass over here.
So I actually begin to pray to Agallus, and I say, if I'm to continue forward in this underground prison that you have sent me to, please give me a sign and point me in the direction that I should move. Forward is past that of the dead. Backwards is the way of the living. Which direction shall I go? Please guide me, my goddess and my
Lover.
my leader of everything that I find holy in life and death. I pray to you, Agallus, the goddess of healing.
You hear nothing. Except a little ding.
The dling that I hear.
I'm kidding, that was a joke.
No, I'm just gonna go with it. The dling that I hear leads me to the decision that there are things in this world that I do not understand, and the only way that I will know these mysterious things in life is to continue to press forward. And so in the name of Agallus, I will move forward and bring life to all that I can and healing to all that I can before me. So I in trepidation, I take one step forward, and as I take that first step, if nothing bars my way, I actually continue to step forward stronger and stronger, knowing that I have moved in the correct direction.
It's an epic fucking hallway. That's what that is.
There's like the music in the background of dun 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 dun. And I just hear this in my head as I continue to walk forward and move forward again. And I make in my mind, I hear the big stomps of my boots connecting to the ground.
And another ding.
And I know that I've chosen correctly as I turn the corner. All right, now I'm behind you guys finally.
After an hour-long soliloquy, he has made
Yep.
it past the hallway.
Darn right.
And like I said, I kick open the door after drinking a potion, and I say, "Where are you, you vicious bitch? You have a lot to answer for killing those villagers."
Okay, so you kick in the door, and you're gonna make it in about 4 steps. Thief, what are you gonna do after he does that?
It's hard to decide because I can't see anything. I'm going to attempt to knock some sense into Celia by attempting to hit her in the back of the head by my dagger hilt, the dagger +1.
Okay, what's your mod? Actually, no. No, before you even get a chance, you're coming up behind her and you're trying to bash her in the back of the head before she causes any more damage. And before you even get to do that, you hear a voice come from the center of the room. So I'll describe the room to you, Dan. He begins speaking, and you look up, and you see a room that's got 3 straight tables and 1 round table in the center with a red carpet. And on 2 of the tables are a bunch of glass bottles, different colors, liquids inside of them, some herbs on another desk, and the pots contain things you couldn't even imagine what were in them. And you see a skinny elf male with long dark brown robes, and a giant scorpion next to him. You also see 3 women villagers at some bookshelves organizing books, and you see 3 male villagers over at what seems to be a furnace or some type of heating, fireplace, with a bunch of pots lined up on it. They're boiling things and messing with wood and doing all that stuff. And as he begins to speak, you look up and you see all that, and of course, she kicked down the door, so he jolts, and he looks over there, and he says, "Oh my goodness, you scared me!" And then he does a double take. He begins to look away, but then he does a double take, and he sees this scene of you holding your daggers behind her head, getting ready to knock her out, and he notices you aren't the usual beaten villagers that he's used to seeing, and he smirks and crosses his arms and crosses his one leg over the other, and he leans up against a table and says, well, I was wondering how long it would take before they send some pathetic rabble to nobly save the missing villagers. Well, from the looks of you, you'll have a hard time saving yourselves." And as soon as he finishes that sentence, and actually it would have sounded like, "Well, from the looks of you, you'll have a hard time saving yourselves." And he picks up a glass bottle and he chucks it right at Jasala. And I need you both to make a roll for save versus poison. And so, of course, now I'm going to have to do it for you. So hold on. Let me find that. It's page 52.
I can still roll.
Oh, you can roll?
I think so. Let me try.
Oh, okay, good. So you're a thief, level 3. Poison.
No.
Sorry,
Don't forget the halfling's ability.
What's that, Dan?
Don't forget the halfling ability of +4.
+4 for what?
Poison save.
Oh, shit. I should have done a different save then. Look at you. All right, here we go. So
I have saves +4 to a lot of them.
Sweet. All right, so yeah. You see the glass bottle coming from the other end of the room, and you both dodge 1 square out of the way. So you both sidestep it. Go ahead and move Jasala forward one. And you both
So cleric
sidestep
take it to the face.
and it just smashes onto the floor, and combat will ensue. However, it is 12:20 where I am at, and I am tired, so we're gonna have to pick up where we left off next time. I did not expect this one shot to take so long, and I apologize.
That's all right.
No worries.
I feel like
That's-
We're having fun.
I feel like Dan's back in the cook's room eating.
Oh, I'm eating some chips.
See, Nathan, that's what you get with people who like to talk bullshit all the time.
No, it's way more fun to have the added flavor text than it is just we're running around a dungeon and rolling dice. It's like, it's if that's what you're gonna do, then play Hero Quest or something. That's what this is all about. I love the fact actually that it's taking this long.
Can I
Feel
give a
free to-
shout out to Hero Quest? Because that game is the shit.
I actually made a mod on Tabletop Simulator of a game called, it's based on Hero Quest, it's called Random Quest, and it was made by one guy who put it all together, and then he included a lot of artwork and stuff like that from other guys for tiles and stuff like that, and it was originally only a, you print and play kind of thing, but it was a way to play with the Hero Quest rules, but with randomly generated dungeons via a card drawing system. So you would draw a straight passage, and then you would draw a room after you rolled for rooms and stuff like that in the passage, and then you roll for monsters in each room and stuff like that.
Nice.
And, it's pretty sweet.
Feel free to add more stuff to this so we can continue.
If I live after this room, I will say something to the effect of, I can't make anybody feel better the rest of this day. I think I need to rest and take the favor of Gallus until
You guys have been trucking
next
right
day.
along. I figured that's what you were trying to accomplish with your prayer. You're trying to regen some spells.
No, that's all right. I know what my limitations are. I'm like, I got nothing. But I'm just trying to let everybody else know that.
So I'd like to end it with my response to him after I
Okay.
sidestep his acid coming at me. Can you repeat just a little bit of what he said, just the last little phrase?
Yes, he says, well, I was wondering how long it would take before they send some pathetic rabble to nobly save the missing villagers. Then he sizes you up and he says, well, from the looks of you, and he turns around and grabs a bottle. You'll have a hard time saving yourselves, and he tosses the bottle.
All right. So upon hearing that and seeing what he did, I think I would say, well, the joke's on you, honey, because we're not really here to save the villagers. We're here to kill you. And you have a lot to answer for. And your little cook friend who helps you capture these villagers and break their will, well, she won't be bothering us no more. Just like you soon won't. And then I would rush in. But we'll do that next week.
Hearing
Awesome.
hearing her say that the cook friend was trying to kill people, I actually started spitting out what was in my mouth, which is the rest of the chicken and the stew. I'm like, she's trying to hurt people?
And I'm going to make a comment back to him saying, save the noble for these two. I'm only in it for the gold.
Nicely done, gentlemen.
All right, ending broadcast. Hold on.
All right.
Dice and Decks signing out.